Oops, just banging everything on the desk. Good start. Alright, waiting for my stream to show up. There we go. Used to not have to do that until YouTube got rid of the option to test your stream before you actually started streaming. But now you don't know if your stream's working until you start streaming. Okay, what was I doing? That's so we're going into the marshlands, right? So we've already been here, so we're going to go to Garphammer. See if I remember how to play. Come here, you. Turn you off. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll have to go around here. I see a light. What is that? I think that's a car. Not a robot. Out of the way, we should be fine. What's on, John Brandt? Welcome to the stream, man. And good evening to you as well. Or morning, I guess, depending on where you're at. Pretty good. How about yourself, man? Just check the weather. Looks like we have a snowstorm coming in. So that's my third snow of the year. I'm really excited about it because I do love the snow. It's a good excuse to not go out because my car does not do well in the snow. I hear a tank, I think, in the distance. Don't plan on picking a fight, I just want to explore. Get some more exploration done today, and map out as much of the marshlands as I can. Alright, one second, my cat's going places he's not supposed to be. Get down, bud. Bud, come on now. Alright. He knocked down my sticky notes. How dare he? Those sticky notes have been hanging on my desk for 3 years since I started my channel. I don't want them knocked down now. Nope, want to aggro those guys. That's what I hear. A lot of the YouTubers that I watch are Canadian, so... well, obviously, y'all also much closer to the Arctic Circle than I am. Yeah, we usually get snow every year. It's not always super consistent, and it's usually a little bit later. Usually January, late January, early February. A temperate climate. Alright, 1 second. I gotta kick my cat out. He's getting into stuff he's not supposed to. My cat's gotten this hankering for plastic lately. He used to get into it every now and then, but for the most part he was an adhesive guy. He loved eating any sort of adhesive like tape and stuff, but lately he's just... if he sees tape, he's beelining for it, so... Oh, there's a harvester here. Alright, well, let's pick a fight. Not quite what I wanted to do, but if it means I can explore this area in peace, I'll take it. What's going on, Hector? Oh, so much bloom. Jeez Louise. Oh gosh. Oh, there's a lot of guys. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, I should have brought an LMG. Well, I didn't know I was going to fight a harvester. I try to avoid them if I can. There's a tank incoming too. Oh boy. Well, we'll go down swinging, I guess. Alright, took care of his rockets. Stuck on this darn fence. One guy just hasn't stopped shooting yet. What is he doing? Is he bugged out? There we go. That was weird. Let's take out the big guy. Not worry about the little guys. Oh wow. Whoa! Whoa, my frames are gone. That's the first time that's happened in this game, besides when it crashed a few times last time. Must be a ton of enemies around here. Holy crap. This has never happened to me before. Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't say one at a time. There's like, what, 200 here? Shot from behind. I need to find cover and equip some more medkits. Yeah, I don't know what these frame rates are. Oh, cool, I took out the harvester at least. There we go. That should help out a little bit. I'm just gonna keep lobbing, oh wow. Sticky flares on these guys. Trying to make them do all the fighting for me. That's a bad throw. That was a bad throw. They're right in front of me. Alright, you can stop shooting at me if you want. I'm more interested in y'all shooting each other. See, that flare went right through his darn leg, man. I don't trust the, sticky flares. The game, I think the map itself, I like the, I guess the exploration, how good it looks. Combat's okay, but you get a little tedious, as you can see. Yeah, most of the exploration, that's where the game shines. Sticky players just really aren't doing it for me, because the enemies don't do enough damage to each other, I think, to justify. I mean, yeah, I mean, it still helps, but I don't know. I feel like it should set them into like a frenzied mode so they shoot more frequently. Oops. I'm just using, well, I'm using armor piercing right now, which I believe is the best ammo in the game. Let's hold me on that though, because I don't know if there's any like unique ammo you can craft, because I've been avoiding crafting as much as I can. Oh, I can't move. I'm stuck in this darn wall. Come on, jump. Yeah, finding these guys in like little townships like this, we're a big pain in the butt. Whoa, what the? They're like knocking his corpse around. Oh, I can't move again. What the heck? Get out of the way, truck. There's so many enemies here. I'm not gonna have any ammo left after this this encounter. Oh crap. Some serious AoE on that bad boy. Alright, back to regular metal jacket ammo. Come on, swap to it. It wouldn't let me swap to my medkits. Oh man, these fights are just so gosh darn tedious. So I try to avoid stuff like this because it's just not super fun. Alright, let's run. That LMG, this would be a lot easier, I think. See, it keeps pulling my... I'm aiming at the enemy, and then it keeps pulling my shot above the enemy. Or my, well, let me aim directly at it, it keeps, like, auto-targeting above it. It's super weird. Usually it's to the left, but sometimes I guess it, does it above them. Makes the combat a little bit harder than it needs to be. I know that guy's shooting at, but I'll take it. It's not me. Alright, reload, throw a firework, and then heal up. So I think with so many enemies around, they bug out when you throw a firework out. They don't always go after the flares of fireworks. There we go, there's one down. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Can't. Whoa. That's weird, I got displaced there. Something pushed me backwards. I don't know what it was because I couldn't see because it was a bunch of fire in my face. Alright, that's all the big guys down. Holy crap. I mean, a little disappointed if I don't level up after this. Look at all the explosions that were going off earlier. All these guys should be at least a little damaged, so it shouldn't take a lot to put them down. Oh, jeez. Screw you, dude. fire, radiation. Is that all you guys got? I hate the flamethrower so much. Because they throw all your cover, so you don't really... They take away any advantage you might have had. And they do damage every time, and a ton of damage to boot. Alright. Let's see what we can do. It'd be a little easier if I fought them from inside a building, but sometimes they bug out and get inside the building. I don't feel like dealing with that. You can't really do it when they have flamethrowers anyway, because they can use a flamethrower through the entire building. So actually, that'd be a really bad idea if I went inside. I don't see any hunters. I think it's just a couple of ticks. I think that's it, finally. How's that for a warm-up? Yeah, how's the stream? Is it laggy? Because it's laggy for me, but that might just be my tungsten. That's new. That might just be my laptop being goofy. Or my second monitor, as I like to call it. That's all I use it for. I mean, but eating a sandwich isn't unheard of, right? It's just like a, you know, any RPG, just find some food in a dungeon, gulp it down real fast, and you're back to full health. Good as new. I hear a fly guy, I don't see the fly guy. Seriously? Jeez Louise. Of course, I can't see him, but he can see me. Oh, I'm down. I am not going to play the beta. I don't want to spoil anything for myself. I have access to the beta, but I'm not going to play it. I had access to the alpha, too. I'm going to wait for the full release before I play it. Though I will admit, I'm not a huge fan of them making the beta, allowing it to not be behind an NDA. It puts me behind, but I'm not going to play an unfinished game on my channel. But I know I'm missing out on some of the some of the hype behind the game. But I've got my principles, and I'm going to stick to them. So tungsten is a very heavy metal. It's actually used as a counterweight to the blades on rotary aircraft. Some of them anyway. Oh, there's so much ammunition in this fight. But yeah, did anybody answer my question? Full release, it's supposed to be in June, but they said they'll push it back if they have to. So they have a smoother release than they did with Kingmaker. It also hurts me because I do want to play the beta. Because Wrath of the Righteous is the most excited I've been about a game for in a very long time. But I've gotta wait for the full release. Because I want my first Let's Play to be a fully blind playthrough, and I don't want to have to like restart if the beta save isn't compatible with the full release and stuff like that. Plus, there's a lot of games coming out the next couple of months that I want to play anyway. I'm pretty much scheduled throughout the, I have a schedule for the channel for basically the next year. That's what I'm trying to say. There's so many games coming out. There might actually be some overlap. I might do 3 Let's Plays at a time as opposed to the normal 2. I don't normally like doing that because it feels a little too spammy, but no, there's a lot of games that I want to play, so I have to make concessions so I can play everything that I want to. But yeah, June, and I assume that Baldur's Gate 3 will release sometime over the summer as well, but honestly I have no idea. So there might be some overlap between Wrath of the Righteous and Baldur's Gate 3. So I'll be playing both of those at the same time. Yeah, me neither, man. Me neither. And while you wait, you can check out some of my other fantastic Let's Plays. I will be playing Disco Elysium in March because they're releasing the Final Cut version of that game. I've been looking forward to playing that for a long time, basically since they announced it, but had other projects going on at the time, so I didn't get to. But yeah, the Final Cut's coming out in March, so I will be playing that, and I think I'm going to play Tyranny before that, or leading into that. They might overlap as well. There's also a new game coming out the 19th of this month I'm going to play. After my current Let's Play, and I think I'll have time to finish one more short game before that one comes out, so. Got a pretty busy month ahead of me this month as well. Did my stream drop? Because it dropped for me. Hold on, let me check. Let me minimize. Nope, seems fine. Okay. am I looking for here? Is it a weapon or a collectible? A collectible. So it could be anything. Yeah, I'm really excited about it too. That game, I thought it looked neat when it was first announced. It initially reminded me a little bit of Stasis, because Stasis doesn't really have combat either. Just like that game doesn't. It's all dialogue and puzzles and stuff. Oh yeah, I got a new thingy for my assault rifle. Yeah, because I should finish Dejorin in the next 3 days, and then I'm going to move into a game that I wanted to play a while ago. I think I missed the release date though. I don't know how I managed to miss the release date, but I guess I did. And then, yeah, new game on February 19th. Disco Elysium in March. True to Grad's supposed to come out in the first quarter of this year. I don't know if that's the case or not, but yeah, True to Grad's coming up as well. So I might not play Tyranny, depending on when True to Grad comes out. I haven't heard anything about it so far, so I'm hoping they announce something so I can plan ahead. These uncertain release dates always mess with my scheduling. Oh, then Biomutant finally got a release date. That's supposed to come out in May. That's a game that I wanted to play back when they announced it, and it just never came out, so. I think May 25th? So that'll be something that we start towards the beginning. My voice cracked. Towards the beginning of the summer. A lot of games coming out. It's odd for me to cover that many new games in a row, too. Because normally I play a lot of older games, but it just so happens a lot of new games are coming out that I want to play. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, I meant to put out a channel update today, but I had a massive headache I've been fighting for like the past... Well, it's gone now. It was like 16 hours. I don't see any collectibles. But I definitely haven't been in every building yet. I've noticed there's a gas station here. I could have lured a lot of those robots to the gas station and blown them to Kingdom Come. So how's everybody's week? I guess first week of February. Whoops. I don't have keeping track of which buildings I've been inside of. So I'm pretty sure I went through that barn. Went through there. Can't enter that one. There's a building up here. This is a hotel? It's a 3-star hotel. Attached to a cafe. So if this whole building is a cafe... I mean, it's alright, it's a little bigger than I thought it was. I mean, I've stayed in smaller hotels. I've stayed in some sketchy places before. Actually, I stayed in one of the most haunted hotels in... I think it was Wales? It may have been Ireland. The Hands Hotel. At least that's what they claimed. I don't know if it was true or not. It was pretty creepy. They had like this really narrow hallways. They were dimly lit with a bunch of like red carpet. Like something you'd see in The Shining. But no ghosts. I don't want the switch, I want the medkit. Alright, well, fine. I guess I'm not gonna take it. I didn't see a collectible up here. Doesn't mean it's not there. Sorry, I'm pulling up the stream on my phone because my laptop is acting up because it's a piece of junk. There we go. I have a bunch of assignments I can't close out of for school, so it's my laptop is not handling all that pressure very well. Alright, where have I been and where haven't I been? Pretty sure I've been inside this building. Been inside that barn, been inside... Can't go inside the shop. Did I go inside that barn? Or this shed? Alright, so I've been in here. Let's see. I haven't been inside this truck yet. Some buildings out there that I think are part of this area, so let's go check those out. Then what I'll probably do is go check all the vehicles, because I'm always nervous that I missed something in a car. Ever since that one church, the collectibles outside in the the truck behind the driver's seat. They're so easy to miss in this game. And there's that one area the shotgun phased through the seat of the car. And it was by pure luck that I found it. Then again, it could be a guard gnome, which means it could literally be anywhere outside in this entire area. So who knows? So check behind your doors, because there's one collectible that was stuffed behind a door. Like when you opened it up, it closed. It was a guard gnome, yeah. And the door would close around the guard gnome when you opened it up, so you had to peek behind the door and grab it. Still not as elaborate as the holocrons from the Old Republic, but some of these things are hidden pretty well. Alright, let's head back to the main village. We'll start looking through the cars first, because I think that's the easiest category to knock out, and then we'll go through all the buildings again. Or we'll go around every building, see if there's a guard gnome sitting on one of the benches. Yeah, because I don't even think I opened up these doors, did I? Let's see back to these cars over here that I was looking at. I'll be darned. Veronica Nielsen's birthday mixtape. Alright, cool. Well, then we're going to leave here. We're going to go west. I mean, there is a pattern for a lot of the collectibles. Like, cassette tapes are usually in cars. They're on those stereo systems. Guard gnomes are usually outside. I have found, what, 1 or 2 inside. The horses can also be anywhere. I found one in a phone booth. I think I found one in a doghouse. And one in one of those firewood sheds. And this looks like a safe house. Oh. So that's why they're called harvesters. I was wondering why they're called harvesters. I assumed it has something to do with farming because they were... I first found them in the farmlands, but they harvest the gas. Okay, well that... guess that makes more sense. Since all the machines do have gas tanks on their backs. I had dinner right before I streamed. I like to eat at least an hour before I stream, but I ate literally right before I started the stream. Because Mrs. Bring It Dawn was out. Had a... is it pork with like some sort of apple, diced apple topping with, shoot, I don't remember what it was called. Then mashed potatoes and roasted green beans. I'm still sipping on my cream soda. Of course. Well, good news is if I just blow up the... I don't have any grenades. Well, shoot. So I'll throw a grenade in there and blow up the gas station, but I can't do that. I might shoot it and blow it up. There we go. Don't even have to go down there. Even better. What are you having for dinner, Hector, if you don't mind me asking? Oh. Alright, no need to brag, man. Well, I guess it might not be bragging. I don't know. I don't know how big your head is. For all I know, you could be like that that one scene from Beetlejuice. Yeah, do love me some potatoes. Roasted, mashed. Just, I don't like sweet potatoes, though. Can't stand sweet potatoes. And I don't really care for baked potatoes, either. Potato skins? I like potato skins. I'm not really hiding, so come on and get some. There we go. Oh. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Usually people will refer to steaks in ounces, not based on appendage size. But I'll, Oh! Thought maybe he had died in the water. Oh, there's a whole bunch of these guys. A whole bunch, I mean 2? No, please, keep standing right there. Oh, he's gonna run off. Come back. Well, there was another guy. Where'd he go? Oh, he's behind him. Yeah, I've never liked sweet potatoes. I think the first time I had them was in elementary school. They served them in the for lunch in the cafeteria. Not a fan. Of course, that time I saw a potato, I was like, oh sweet, you know, can't go wrong with potatoes, but you can. You can go really wrong with potatoes. But also, I think that same year, I got breakfast for the first time at school. And I grabbed one of those juice cartons. I had never had a juice carton from school. I thought they were all milk. So without reading it, I just grabbed one of the purple juice cartons. It turns out it was grape juice. And I had a, without looking in it, of course, I just opened it up and start pouring it into the little thing of cereal they give you. I think it was Cocoa Puffs. So I poured a bunch of grape juice in my Cocoa Puffs. And I had wasted my lunch money on my breakfast, so I'm like, I have to eat this. And so I ate a disgusting mix of Cocoa Puffs and grape juice. That was... had to have been kindergarten. Alright, well I guess the metric system uses head size for steaks. Maybe that's why we haven't converted to it yet. Maybe, maybe the studies of steak and phrenology overlap a little bit. Yeah, it looks like you're the weird one for liking him, Jason. Hey, some schematics. Fireproofed pants in the bathtub. Think of no better place. Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't like that a lot of people do. I don't like tomatoes. I don't like mayonnaise, sour cream. Ranch, I can't stand ranch dressing. Used to hate mustard and loved ketchup, but now I love mustard and don't care for ketchup. I'll eat ketchup. I don't hate it. It's just my tastes have shifted. Yeah, right on, John. And that's the thing, like, I want to like tomatoes. Like, I see, like, my dad or, you know, the Mrs. eat them. They just put salt and pepper on it. It looks really good. I'm like, man, tomatoes look delicious. I want to like these. So I try them every now and then. And every time I'm just like, this is disgusting. How do people eat this? I put it in some of my dishes because it makes it look pretty, but it's... ugh. It's gross. I gotta pick them out after I make food. Well, they used to use hands, so we've upgraded. Now we use feet. Inches, yards. I mean, yards. Oh, hey, found the collectible. Nobody's yard is the same size. Some people only have an acre of land. Some people have an acre and a half or 2 acres. Or I think we used to have 8 acres before my parents moved. Back when I lived with them. It was 4 or 8. I don't remember how many acres they had. But then they moved to the suburbs. Yeah, I can't. It's just not good. Olives. I used to love olives too. I used to eat olives with my dad when I was really young. I can't eat olives anymore. I can't stand the way they taste. It's like it's too overpowering. Definitely can't put it on pizza or anything because you don't taste the pizza. So I think there was one time we actually, again, I was really young at the time, but my dad, his friend, and myself, we ate olives, donuts, and had milk to wash it down with. Like, I remember liking olives, and then one day I just didn't. I think we had, like, Greek day at school when I was in elementary school. And I tried to eat an olive, and I couldn't swallow it. I don't know if I've ever had olives in bread. I like zucchini in bread, but I hate any other version of zucchini. Wait, was I pointing the gun at the trees? I don't know. I was probably just talking and not thinking about what I was doing. Not very focused on the game. Start a cooking channel where I make all these dishes and pick out all the stuff I don't like. Call it the picky chef. I'll make all these like really pretty dishes with all these like elaborate ingredients, and I'll just pick out all the stuff I don't like after I'm done cooking it. And it'll just be like meat, cheese, and bread. Which was my go-to in high school. That's all I would eat was meat, cheese, and bread. I wouldn't touch like any condiments or anything. But now I have an affinity for mustard and barbecue sauce now, so. Yeah, olive oil is amazing. You're right. That's what I cook everything with. That's what I roast everything with, is olive oil. Garlic, yeah, Again, I don't think I've ever had olives in bread. I've had zucchini bread, as I mentioned. But any other form of zucchini I hate. Go-to comfort food? Ooh. Probably ice cream. I love ice cream. Ice cream is my weak spot. I can eat an entire carton of ice cream, not feel full, and just continue eating. I can just eat ice cream all day. Actual comfort food, though. So I wouldn't consider ice cream my comfort food. It's definitely my weakness. I thought about this the other day, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I figured it out, and I can't remember what it was now. For $13.50, yeah, I think it's worth that price. Does that include the DLC, or is that just the base game? Either way, I think it's worth the price. It's a massive game. Like, look at this. Yeah, I think it's worth $13.50, but it also depends on what you like. It is an extremely repetitive game. It's very large, takes a long time to navigate. I don't know if you can play it offline. I'm going to assume that you can't. Because I think you're always online, but you can choose to make it invite only. Where's it at? Yeah, so it is always online. I don't know if you can play it offline, though. I love pizza. I just like pepperoni pizza. I used to be a big meat lovers guy, and I think I just got tired of it. So I go for just the old tried and true pepperoni. I also like burger and onion. Burger and onion pizza. I love onions. I've mentioned it a few times in the channel. I can eat an onion like an apple. I love onions. I think you could put onions in just about any dish to make it better. So. There we go. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, so you can play offline. Yeah, onion is the bee's knees, man. Goes on everything. I put it in my eggs in the morning. I put it, you know. I don't know what I couldn't put onion in. I haven't put it in mac and cheese yet, but I'm sure that I could. You know what? I think probably bread is comfort food. I like bread. Just any sort of bread, toast it. Like if you take toast some sourdough bread, just put some butter in some sourdough and toast it up. I could live off that. Not for very long, but I mean I could try. I'd be happy as my body shut down. Yeah, do like me some pizza. It's one of those foods you never really get tired of. Oh hey, I don't know how to say your name. I am from the United States. Currently eastern United States. Where am I getting shot? Oh. Another relay. Oh, there you are, buddy. Donuts? Yeah, I get behind some donuts. I usually get donuts discounted when we go grocery shopping. They have like a discount rack at the store for bread products, and I usually grab donuts off those whenever they have them, of course. I'm also usually not allowed to go grocery shopping because whenever I do, I throw some cookie dough in the cart so I can make cookies. But I really just make the cookies as an excuse to eat the cookie dough, because I do love me some cookie dough. I think it's a really solid game, but yeah, it's probably better with friends just because of how obnoxious the combat can get. But if you do like I did and invest in the stealth skill tree, it's not so bad. But combat can definitely get out of hand. It's a lot of enemies will show up out of nowhere. What kind of donut? I prefer the, I do like glazed. I don't mind chocolate. It depends on how many you're eating. If you're eating more than one, glaze is the way to go. If you're eating just like one, you know, chocolate with sprinkles. Because I think if you eat too many chocolate with sprinkles, it's too much sugar. I mean, I'll still eat it, of course, and I wouldn't complain about it, but for the sake of the rest of my day, I would think I'd prefer to, where are these guys at? Oh, I see you. Really any baked goods. I like baked food. I like any sort of bread products. You can't really go wrong with bread products. So to answer the comfort food question, I guess bread. Really, any sort of bread. Yeah, you can just slap some cheese on it. You know, melt the cheese on top of it, put butter on it. Like, it's a very versatile food. Yeah, I think more games need to do crossplay. I can understand where the hassle comes from the developers' side, because of all the because they have to jump through so many loops to get games and patches published on console. So there's always going to be a disparity between like PC updates and console updates, because Sony and Microsoft have to okay those updates, where on PC they can just push out the updates whenever they want. We have a what's it called? A cinnamon shop. Not cinnamon shop, a cinnamon bun shop. I don't know if they're still in business. I haven't checked them out since the pandemic started, but I mean, we're supposed to be practicing quarantine, but my take on the situation is we're taking it seriously, but not super seriously. We're taking it just serious enough to inconvenience everybody, if that makes sense. Like, we're only half, so like, for instance, my school, some of my classes are online entirely because of the pandemic. Other classes are hybrid, so I'm online for half my class, for like one class during the week, and then I go in for the other class during the week. Which is stupid, right? Because if we're in a pandemic and we're practicing quarantine for some of the classes, why not practice it for all the classes? So again, I think we're taking it just seriously enough to be inconvenient, but not actually serious. Yeah, I understood it. Well, thanks. Yeah, I put a lot of thought into it. I'm like, why do I have to go? Because I had to get tested for school, right? I've been practicing quarantine. Yeah, I've been keeping myself safe because, you know, why not, right? And they want me to go get tested. I'm like, well, I actually have to leave the house to go get tested. That's the first time, you know, I'm leaving the house to venture out in public besides like grocery shopping for things that I have to do. And then, since my insurance doesn't cover the test, I have to pay more for the test than I would have been fined by the school had I not gone and got the test. So I started thinking about it, and I just thought how stupid everything's being handled. It is just silly. It also became extremely politicized in the United States as well, which is a whole other thing. I don't want to talk about it because I try to keep politics off the channel, but it became a political issue instead of a health issue. I never played Payday 2. It looked interesting, but I think by the time it caught my attention, it was well into its life cycle, so I don't know how popular it is. And I think I was playing Rainbow Six Siege at the time, which I haven't played that in months. I got my solo queue platinum, and then I stopped playing Siege. Yeah, that is true. Either you like donuts or you're wrong. There's no in between. Did I really miss that? Come on. There we go. There we go. Easy XP. Get rid of that. Thank you. Alright. Now, I think we used to have a gourmet donut shop. Actually, we don't have a donut shop anymore. We used to have a... No, we do have a Dunkin' Donuts up the road from me. We used to have a Dunkin' Donuts, and it moved. And then we had another, like, gourmet donut shop that didn't last very long. I think they had a tax issue. Like, they weren't paying taxes or something. Yeah, I've had MREs, yeah. I lived off MREs for a few months before. Well, I guess the longest was what, like a month and a half. Yeah, they're not so bad. They get old after a while, but I've had worse food. Actually, the food they served us in deployment was worse than MREs, because the people that were in charge of getting us food to bring it to the flight line, they would go to grab it, but they'd sit down and eat first, and get their fancy omelets and stuff at the cafeteria while we were waiting on the flight line for our food, so we'd get it when it was cold and hard, like hours later. And then we'd only get like a hard biscuit and like a... whatever it was that came in the little bags. Like, we didn't get a full meal because these S shops were screwing us over. But then our Sergeant Major found out, and it was fixed for a little bit, and then went back to how it was before. Because no one cares about the workers. But then they finally put in a cafeteria at the flight line, and then we actually got hot food, which is great. Don't you mean 2 baker's dozen? I don't know, I wouldn't vote for this guy. He's shortchanging us by 2 whole donuts. He's probably embezzling those 2 donuts. Selling them on the black donut market. Who knows how deep this corruption goes? He's been bought out by Big Donut. True, true. Hey, another schematic. Just stumbling into all sorts of schematics. Actually, I remember, speaking of MREs, I remember one time we were standing in formation when I was in MCT. We were starving. Because I think we had forgotten to eat a meal or something. And so I had a had an open thing of spaghetti in my cargo pocket of my camis. And I was standing in the back of the formation. I was eating spaghetti out of my pocket while we were standing in formation. Because sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And if that means eating spaghetti out of your pocket. Then so be it. Yeah, there's some funny stuff. At the time it sucked, but when you look back at it now, it was really funny. Military is full of that stuff. Another thing that I get a good chuckle out of every now and then, but it's also kind of sad. There was an underground Skittle trade, or candy trade. It was mostly Skittles, because MREs come with Skittles a lot of the time. There's this underground Skittle trade at MCT. So, you take a bunch of Marines, right? Mostly men. And since I was on the East Coast, we had co-ed MCT. So you take all these guys that were in boot camp for 13 weeks. You send them home for a few days, and then they go to MCT. And then you have all these... You have a smaller group of girls, and... There were exchanges for Skittles for favors that happened at MCT. There was a formation one night. We were in a circle. There was an instructor out there with a girl in the center of the formation getting yelled at. They took her camelback away from her and dumped it out. It is like 30 bags of Skittles came out of her camelback. And so, everybody connected the dots, of course. She was obviously exchanging services for Skittles, and it was super embarrassing for her, obviously. But I mean, I don't know if, I mean, it couldn't have been that embarrassing, though, considering, you know, she had her own little market set up, I guess. Yeah, the Great Skittle Scandal. That was something. That was a heck of a night. I think... No, it wasn't that night. There was one night we had to stay up all night, and we had to move this huge mound of gravel by hand to another spot, and then move it back, because someone made our instructor mad. And so we didn't get any sleep that night. That was not fun. See, I really care for the Skittles, because I think the sugar, it dehydrated you, and, you know, you're already struggling to stay hydrated while you're out there in the field. So just, I didn't care for the Skittles. I was all about the bread. I think some of the MREs came with like shortbread. Yep, got a carb load. At least a carb load before I ran PFTs. Like the night before, I'd order like a pizza the night before I ran a PFT. Actually, MCT was the same place I met the girl that could speak Elvish. That was pretty neat. As a big Lord of the Rings fan myself, that was... Well, it was a good time. But I'm also pretty sure that's where I messed up my knee, and it's still messed up today. So it wasn't the greatest time. There's actually one guy that broke his leg during MCT, and they didn't find it until he had left MCT and went to Pensacola. So his leg was shattered. He got medically discharged because his leg was so messed up. Like, I remember our final hike, you could just hear him screaming, and like, because we were hiking through the woods, so like his screams were echoing off the trees. It was horrifying. I had been actually with him in boot camp, and we went to MCT together, and his knee was ruined. So, or leg was ruined. I guess the bone had shredded the muscle or something. I don't know. I don't know exactly how they didn't catch that, but yeah, that was sad to hear. But he got out and he's getting compensated for it, so. I think you might have misspelled whatever you're trying to spell. You wrote donuts in the chat, but I think you meant something else. Probably olives or tomatoes or something. Might want to check the autocorrect on your phone. Alright, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Is there anything here worth finding? Nope, it was just a safe house. Well, that's a little disappointing. We talked about food. What's everybody's favorite drink? It doesn't have to be alcoholic. When I say drink, I mean literally anything. It could be water, milk, chocolate milk, apple juice. Whoops. Right off the side. Alright, we got 2 teas. Coffee? Okay, I can get behind that. I drink coffee every day while I do my Let's Plays. Green tea. Green tea is pretty good. Big tea guy myself. I usually drink tea when I do my streams. I drink coffee when I do my Let's Plays. But today I'm drinking cream soda. Because I had that with the dinner. So... like, I don't want to say it's coffee for me, but it probably is coffee. I want to say chocolate milk, because I love chocolate milk. I could drink... I don't know, it's like ice cream. I could drink it all day if I wanted to. But I don't. Actually, I hardly ever drink it, so I'm probably going to go with coffee. Absinthe, I mean, you can have some coffee with a little bit of absinthe in it. You can mix and match. This is a judge-free zone. I mean, if you wanted to say that you drink, you know, hydraulic fluid, I feel sorry for your digestive system, but, you know, if it's what you like, it's what you like. Is there? I went to Vegas. I didn't really do a lot in Vegas when I was there. I did go see Chris Angel. Oh, gosh darn it. What are you doing here? Oh, look at that gun. That's not a missile launcher. Yeah, it was either Chris Angel or the Blue Man Group. I think. Yeah, I think it was the Blue Man Group. So we're only there for a weekend, so we went and saw Chris Angel. It was a pretty good time. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I saw it when I was in the audience, and I'm a celebrity, so I've got, what, 4,100 subscribers. Celine Dion has nothing on me. Actually, my parents saw Celine Dion in concert. I never did. What the size of this guy? I'm terrified of that gun. I don't know, is that a rail gun? What is that thing? I don't want to fight him with this water between us. Well, thanks, man. I take that as the greatest of compliments. Because I like being better than people. Yeah, we stayed in the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas when we were there. Because I didn't want to stay on the Strip, but the Hard Rock Hotel was really nice actually. Except for they didn't clean our room very well, because underneath the chair that was in the room there was a bunch of like peanut shells. Someone had eaten peanuts like it was Texas Roadhouse, and they just threw all the peanut shells under the chair. So that was kind of gross. But other than that, it was a nice hotel. The rest of the room was nice, and the hotel itself was nice. I lost $20 in the casino between, I think, both. Did we? I don't know if me and the Mrs. split $20, if we both did $20 ourselves. So it may have been $40 altogether. That's celebrity privilege. So that's why I don't go out, so people don't have to wait for me to come in, seat, and then get up and leave before everyone else starts rushing around, you know? I don't want to... Don't want to inconvenience my fans. I need to line up my shot before it... Gosh darn it, stop wiggling, man. It's gotta be a railgun. That thing just blew past. This is actually a good place to fight him, because I can just hide behind the storage container. Oh, shoot at me. Heard the shots whizzing past, but I didn't see anybody. Drop your gun, man. There we go. That's this machine gun taken care of. Let's take care of that rail gun. I hear another runner, I think, beside me. Just on this side of the container and he can't get me. It's all good. So I'm pretty sure that thing will one-shot me. It's got like flames shooting out of it. That thing's terrifying. It's like a gun from hell. Jeez. It's gotta be a railgun, right? Because it's got a charge to it. It's kind of like a, yeah, the signature mechanic of railguns. They charge up and shoot a magnetized round at you. Oh, he might be bugged out. Oh, gee. He's Louise, man. Alright, let's take out his legs so he can't run at me. No, I should have taken out his leg before I took out his guns. Oh gosh, I'm trapped. Hey, that was easy. Hey, Sith. Doing great. I just took down a tank. You showed up. Couldn't be better. I don't know what they're what they're disagreeing about. I missed something in the chat. Politically charged beverage question. Yeah, that's me. I always ask those targeted questions. Shoot, what was the name of the weapon in Metal Gear Solid 3? What was that big mobile nuclear missile launcher? Let's see, MGS3 super weapon. Shagohod. Or Shagohod. That's right. I haven't played that game in ages. But it is my favorite Metal Gear Solid. Out of the few that I've played. Because I have not played all of them. I think Metal Gear Solid 3 is the peak Metal Gear experience. 4, I didn't play myself. I watched my buddy play it. But I will say the fight towards the end of the game is one of the best fights in the franchise. Rising robotic revengeance. I like Cold War era stuff. It was just a fun game. I think all the boss fights. Let me rethink through all of them. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think all the boss fights are really, really good. Like, there was none that I thought were boring. And I like the combo system that was involved as well. Of course, the theme song. Can't get wrong with the Snake Eater. I think it's the best theme song in the franchise as well. So I don't really want to explore this big town this stream. We'll save that for next time. Is there anything else I can get to? Like this little building up here. I'm over encumbered. That's understandable. What can I get rid of? I want to hold on to that. What else can I get rid of? Probably don't need that. Well, hold on. If I'm gonna get rid of something, I may as well get rid of a purple item. A purple attachment. It's fun. I do like the music in that game. Haven't played it myself, but I have listened to the soundtrack. I'm a big nerd when it comes to video game music. But I don't know, I like the... I'm gonna say the aesthetic of Metal Gear Solid 3 soundtrack. Or the theme song, anyway. I'm not comparing the I'm not talking about the entire OST, just the theme song. Now, if you want to compare entire OSTs, I'd probably argue that Chrono Trigger has the best video game OST of all time. There's a couple runner-ups, but I think I would say Chrono Trigger is number one. That's a little disappointing. Nothing to find here. Let's see. Got the collectible there. We got the relay beacon there. Collectible there. Okay. Well, darn. I enjoy Diablo 2's, but I don't think it has as wide a range as Chrono Trigger has. Because I think Chrono Trigger has a soundtrack for just about everybody. Every situation, you know, every world, every time period, every companion. Just can't go wrong with Chrono Trigger. Never played that one. Only played the first Amnesia. So I have no opinion on the matter. Another really good theme song is the original Gauntlet game from back in the day. It's got a really good theme song. Freedom Fighters. Freedom Fighters has a really good soundtrack. Let's see. Dragon's Dogma has some good music. The theme song. Both the original and the new one for Dark Arisen. Alright, well, I'm going to tell you never to watch Dark Phoenix. Well, I take that back. I haven't watched Dark Phoenix myself. After watching Apocalypse, I will never watch another X-Men movie again. I was going to say Aquaman because I've heard good things about... I've heard good things about Aquaman. I haven't seen it yet. But I heard that it was a pretty good DC movie. I did watch the new Wonder Woman 2 weeks ago. It was okay. It wasn't as bad as people made it out to be, but it was not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination. Cry Fear soundtrack. Not gonna lie, I don't remember it that well. I think, from what I remember, it added to the atmosphere, which is what that game was all about. Alright, that's a lot of enemies all of a sudden. Oh, this is a bunker complex. Oh, this... Alright, I don't want to be here yet, actually. This is for the main quest. Yeah, Apocalypse... Logan was the last X-Men movie I'm probably ever going to watch, unless another company gets the rights to the franchise, because they have not been doing that franchise justice at all. Besides Logan. Logan was a fantastic movie. An excellent way to wrap up the character. I watched all the X-Men with Hugh Jackman in them because I like Hugh Jackman as an actor, and I think he was perfect for Wolverine. But I'm not going to watch any more of that. I haven't seen any of those three, so I couldn't tell you. But I have heard good things about Aquaman. I do like Jason Momoa, since he was in Stargate Atlantis. But that's as far as my opinion goes. I'm not actually going anywhere because I'm not going to explore any more of the map this stream. So I'll sit here and chat for a minute. Also, I think Henry Cavill is a really good pick for Superman as well. I just wish that the movies didn't suck so much. Like, there's so much potential with the DC universe. Like, you see it with the animated movies. The animated movies are all really good. But the live action movies just don't cut it. I do remember that because I keep seeing, like, I keep getting clips recommended to me. Because I watched clips of the original Conan. And so they keep trying to recommend me clips of the new Conan, which I never watched. I don't plan to. I mean, I'm sure I'll watch it at some point. I did read somewhere that the newest Conan, the 2011, is when it was released, is actually more true to the source material than the original Conans were. I don't know if that's true or not because I haven't seen it, but I read that in a review for the movie. And I'm always looking for an excuse to watch more Conan, because in case you guys didn't know, the banner on my channel where it says Bring It Dawn, that's the Conan font. So... The only movie I ever block out of my mind is Open Water 2. Open Water 2 is probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And I watched Wizards. So... I played it a little bit, actually, yeah. I played as a bear shaman. He had the best execution that... I think at the time every class had different executions. And the bear shaman would just rip someone's head off their shoulders. It was awesome. Then yes. I think might be getting its soundtrack mixed up with another one, Sith. I think I liked it at the time, but I don't remember it that well. Yeah, I think that's in part also because they use the Source engine. The Source engine always has that really creepy, like, by yourself feeling. And Cry of Fear definitely built on that. Like, Cry of Fear was a good game. I think if they cut out that sewer level, it would be a fantastic experience, but that sewer level is really holding it back. But yeah, the atmosphere in that game was top-notch. Like, they saw what the Source engine was capable of with that, like, isolationist feeling, and they built on it, they expanded on it, and it was just super good. I think it could have done Lonely. Okay. I'll give it a shot. I'm always looking for new video game music to listen to. Sometimes I get lucky and I run across a metal band like Blind Guardian, who also has done a soundtrack for a video game. I'm gonna go make tea. And then I never come back. Oh, another Blind Guardian fan. I don't see a lot of those out and about. Yeah, I've listened to Blind Guardian since, like, the early 2000s. Big Blind Guardian fan. Big metal fan in general, honestly, but, power metal. I do love me some power metal. I still listen to them. They came out with a new album just a couple years ago. The MA. What's the MA? Last concert I went to was Amon Amarth, because Amon Amarth is my favorite band. Easily. Well, they did put out that one album that I wasn't a big fan of, but the rest of it's all really good. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, what's the MA? That's some metal band I should be familiar with, and I'm not. Yeah, I haven't seen Blind Guardian. I wanted to. I've seen Amon Amarth a couple of times. I saw My Chemical Romance back before. Was it 2000? When was the Virginia Tech shooting? Because they mentioned that in their concert. Was it 2007? I heard good things about Predators. Because it was based off the comic, so they made a comic about it. I don't know which one came first, if it was the movie or the comic, but they, I heard good things about it. Well, they can always do what, like, Trivium did and just, you know, change up their music to match the vocalist and not make good music anymore, because... after Shogun, I don't like anything Trivium's put out. Oh, I misread your comment, Matthew. But not the most recent one. Yeah, I remember what the most recent one was. Wasn't it like, Oh, it had that squad of soldiers in it. I didn't watch it, but I remember seeing the trailers for it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They had it in, like, that laboratory. Yeah, poor Trivia, man. After Shogun, it all went downhill. I was worried about Amon Amarth there for a while, because Amon Amarth, they had a bunch of really good albums come out, right? Fate of Norns, With Odin on Our Side, Twilight of the Thunder God, and then they released Surtur Rising. I was like, oh no, here we go. I gotta stop listening to I gotta stop looking forward to their music. Then they released... which one was it after that? Yolm's Viking. It was okay. It was pretty good. It was better than Surtur Rising. But then they released Berserker. Whew. Berserker, man. Back to the roots, man. So good. And for those of you who don't know who Amon Amarth are, they are a Swedish melodic death metal band. I'm oftentimes categorized as Viking metal. Amon Amarth is actually Elvish for Mount Doom, even though they don't do any Lord of the Rings songs. Where Blind Guardian does. Blind Guardian actually has an entire album dedicated to the Silmarillion called Nightfall on Middle Earth. Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite album. Though their newest album is pretty good too. I don't remember the name of it though. I've been listening to it a lot, but I don't remember the name. But yeah, Blind Guardian. In case you didn't know, Sacred 2, the ARPG, they did the theme song for it called Sacred, and they actually have a quest in the game. You can find Blind Guardian in the game, and they're trying to have a concert, but a bunch of zombies stole their instruments. So you go around and collect their instruments from the zombies, and then they play a concert in game. So I think Sacred, I think it's a German game, which would make sense considering, you know, they're from Germany. From Cursed Germany, if I'm not mistaken. I did a project on them in high school. Beyond the Red Mirror came out in 2015. I don't know if they have anything more recent. I don't keep up with music as much as I used to, because I kind of all in with video games right now. But and Mirror Mirror, I think Mirror Mirror was the first song I heard by them, and it's still my favorite song. It's just a fantastic song. But also, it started snowing. I thought snow was limited to certain biomes, but it looks like it can snow wherever. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I make all these metal references in my videos and stuff, and no one ever comments on it. Curse of Feanor is really good. Shoot, what are the, let's see, the Bard's Tale. Both Bard's Tale is really good. Was it Lionheart? Was also really good. Oh, sorry, it was Sacred Worlds, not Sacred. Tanalorn, Road of No Release. Yeah, Iron Hill's really good. Which I think, that's called the Bard's Tale of the Forest, isn't it? Or is it called Iron Hill? Because I know the Bard's Tale has it's two parts. You have the Hobbit and you have the Forest. Where are you missing out, man? Metal's where it's at. I try to listen to everything, but I always default back to metal. I know Iron Hill is mentioned in the Bard's Tale of the Forest. I don't know. They have so much music. It's hard to keep it all straight. Speaking of yodeling, folk metal is also a really good genre. Folk Earth, Korpiklani. I think they're folk metal. Shoot, who's the other one? Fintroll. Those are really good. I'm getting some flashbacks to high school when I first started discovering all this music. Probably should keep playing if I'm gonna sit here and talk, but I don't want to commit to exploring this city yet. I want to save this for the next stream. Actually, you know what? Actually, looking at the time, I'm going to call the stream here. It's been the 2 hours. I've been cutting the streams a little shorter because I don't want to get burned out. Because I'm not used to playing games this long. So I'm going to call it here. I will stream again tomorrow around the same time, so unless the internet goes out, because it is supposed to... We're supposed to get snow, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know what that means, Sith. Hey man, it's a pleasure talking with you too, man. Always a pleasure to meet another metalhead. What are you eating tonight, Sith? Everybody take care. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Lose my train of thought. Shoot. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay classy. I'll catch you on the flip side. Panera? They charged me, was it $8 for like a spoonful of mac and cheese? I'm never going back to Panera. I haven't been there in like 7 years. That was absurd. It was just literally a tablespoonful of mac and cheese for $8. I'm never doing that again. But yeah, take care everybody. See you guys tomorrow, hopefully.